3 secrets that guarantee the reliability of your scheduled task. If you want to run any Python code, including Scrapy, before you even open Task Scheduler, you need to prepare your code, and this preparation is the most crucial step. Today we are going to work with this script. So this script is actually a Scrapy spider which will visit these 2 URLs. So URLs for these 2 ASINs. So you can see the code. I will share the code. The code is not a big deal. So basically what happens is if the product is out of stock, it will simply print a message that this was not in stock. Otherwise, it will send out a mail and it will also open a web browser, right? So let me show you how it works. So I'll simply run the spider as it is. So the browser has opened and this product is already loaded. On the console, you can see that this product is available, mail is sent, and this product is not in stock. This is where I'm introducing my 3 secrets. The first secret is logging. Now this is very important because when you run your code using the Python IDLE or command line or terminal, you can see all the output using the print statement, right? But when the task is running in the background, there is no print statement output. So the solution is to replace all those prints with logging. So the first thing, let's replace the print statement which are part of Scrapy Spider. So for these, not much effort is needed because Scrapy already has an implementation of logger. So we can simply use that. So we can simply replace print with self.logger.info and it will work as it is. So this print can be taken care in the same manner, and you will notice that I have already set my log level to info and log file to this file name. Talking about this send mail function, this is not part of Scrapy Spider. So these print statement, they need to be handled separately. So the solution is to import the logging module. Okay, and let's set up the logging. So we can call logging.basic config and then set the bare minimum parameter for our case, which is file name. So we can use the same file name, right? So we'll have only one log file generated. And one more thing is that we need to set the logging level to info. And after we have the logging set up, now we can replace this print statement. So here we are going to call logging dot, this one is going to be info message and this one is an error. So we can use error, right? So we have the liberty of using these 2, right? So now let's run the code and see how it works. Now again, this will be printed because this is where Scrapy realizes that, okay, there is a log file to be used. So after this, nothing is printed. Now the browser opens because one of the product is available. So let's open the log file and I'm directly jumping to the bottom. We have this mail sent message, which is part of the logging, which is coming from the logging, and this product is not available. And this is the product which is available, right? So we have all the information in the log. If you want to learn logging in detail, then I already have a video for you. I'll leave the link in the description. The second secret is virtual environments. Again, it is very important that you use virtual environments. So you can see that for this project, I'm using a virtual environment, and this virtual environment contains all the required libraries specifically for this particular project. If you want to learn more about virtual environments and my workflow of using virtual environments, then wait for the video which I'm going to publish soon. You can do the subscribe and notify thing to be alerted about this video. The third and the most important secret is using the batch file. I cannot emphasize this enough. Using the batch files is the most important part of ensuring that your code is running efficiently in the background. Creating batch file can also be a little bit tricky. So here are some hints for you. Number 1, start from some other drive, right? So open the command prompt, go to some other drive. For example, I am on D drive. Now execute all the steps one by one and take a note. So first step, for example, will be to cd into the directory, right? And this is where the second tips come into picture. Always use a full path name. Do not use relative path names. So cd into code and at this particular folder, this is step 1. But now you can see that it has actually not changed the drive. So what we'll do is we will use a /d as well. So now it is changing the drive, right? The second step is we need to activate the virtual environment. This is the second step. The third step is actually running the program. Enter. Now it is going to run the program. Now that the program has terminated, finally we will call deactivate. So that's it. These are all the commands that we need to copy and paste it into a batch file. So this is the batch file that I have created. So let me show you that it is not going to run. So if we go to this runner.batch file, if I run it as of now, it will do cd, it will activate the virtual environment, but after that it will not do anything. Now the solution is to keep all the commands on one single line, right? Not 4 lines, and put ampersand in between these commands, right? So this will solve our problem. And this time if we run it, so let's go to the terminal. I'll jump to the D drive just to show you that the drive is also getting changed. Now let me run this. Now you see that the code is getting executed. Of course, you do not see the virtual environment being activated and deactivated, but I did a typo. So it has to be deactivate. All right. So this is our final batch file that we are going to use. Finally, it's time to open the task scheduler and set it up. Click Start, search for task scheduler and open this. Now you will see a view similar to this. If you double click task scheduler library, you will see all the tasks which are already set up. And right now we do not have any custom task. On the right side, you will see 2 options: create basic task and create task. Now for the kind of setup that we want to do, skip that basic task because we will be setting up some advanced properties. So click on create task and you will see this dialog. So in the general, you just have to give it some name and let's call it stock. It can be any name, doesn't matter at all. Now the trigger, how do you want this program to be run? How do you want this batch file to be run? So I'm going to click on new and I'm saying that I want this to run every day. All right. And repeat this task in every 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes, I want to go and check for the stock. Now action. So this is where I want to define that, okay, I want the action to be that I want to run my batch file, right? So this is where all the difference is between the traditional approaches and this approach that we are going. Just paste in this file name and this file is going to take care of setting everything else. Click OK. In the condition, there is nothing. In the setting also, everything looks fine. Click OK and there we go. It is ready to be run. So next run is going to be this time, but we don't have to wait for that run. You can just right click and do a test run. I see this command window. Now that is not something that we want, right? So the code ran and the command was closed, right? Now we want to make sure that number 1, this command window does not show up every time the task run. Number 2, that this task should run even when I'm not logged in, right? So I'm going to double click this and see this bottom section here, run whether the user is logged in or not. So this is important. And this time when you click OK, it will ask for your Windows password. There we go. And now it is run. Even if I run it by demand, so this time you will see that it does not show up on the UI. The only way to check whether it was run or not is going and looking at the log. And here we can see that, okay, the mail has been sent. This video was about Windows Task Scheduler. And if you want to see a video just like this for cron jobs, do let me know in the comments. I'll see you in the next video.